Okay, guys, Donald Trump has officially gone nuclear on Elon Musk, making a massive True Social post, basically going after Elon after Elon announced that he was going to be creating the America Party, guys. Basically, it's a third party, and let's be honest, the goal of it is pretty much going to be to hurt the Republican Party, because I'm not seeing many Democrats go to the America Party. I think the goal is to try and target specifically Republican seats that are, neutral kind of seats and try and win that in the election. I think realistically it's going to be House seats for the most part that they have a chance at. And I think they could potentially get a few. What is it possible people like Thomas Massey, for example, switch to the America Party? I don't think it's that out of the question. So I don't think it's nuts that the America Party could potentially win some seats in the upcoming election. And we're going to go over the policy platform as well. But I think the major development tonight is Donald Trump officially attacking him in a long True Social post. And then my question is, how is Elon going to respond to this? I mean, we saw with the Epstein files last time, does Elon have more up his sleeve here? He said the other day he's going to refrain from attacking Trump for the time being, but I mean, this is pretty much open season here after Trump going after him. So this is what he put out there. I'm saddened to watch Elon Musk go quote unquote completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks. So Elon's not going to like that. The He even wants to start a third political party, despite the fact they have never even succeeded in the United States. The system seems not designed for them. Well, first of all, why is it not designed for them? Again, I'm not saying I support the America Party, but why is it not designed for them? Maybe because of the corporate influence and power that lobbyists have in both the Republican and the Democratic Party. So it's really impossible for parties to arise in the two-party system. So again, there's a reason of it. And of course, he's a beneficiary of the two-party system. Obviously, he doesn't want a third party. The only thing third parties are good at is for the creation of complete and total disruption and chaos. That might be the point. And we have enough of that with the radical left Democrats who have lost their confidence and their minds. Republicans, on the other hand, are a smooth running quote unquote machine, the weirdest quotations, that just passed the biggest bill of its kind in the history of our country. And this is, of course, what led to the big split between Musk and Trump. Musk very opposed to the bill. That, of course, exploded the deficit. Again, why are people like Musk surprised that Republicans are raising the deficit? They always campaign on the opposite, and they just raise it anyway. Especially Trump in particular. He has exploded the deficit, so he doesn't care about the deficit whatsoever. Um, it is a great bill, but unfortunately for Elon, it eliminates the quote-unquote ridiculous EV mandate, which would have forced everyone to buy an electric car in a short period of time. I've been strongly opposed to that from the very beginning. People are now allowed to buy whatever they want, gasoline-powered hybrids, as they come about. No more EV mandate. I've campaigned on this for 2 years, and quite honestly, when Elon gave me his total endorsement, I asked him whether or not he knew that I was going to terminate the EV mandate. It was in every speech I made, in every conversation I had. He said he had no problems with that. I was very surprised. Additionally, Elon asked one of his close friends in NASA, and this is really, I think, might be the bigger part of this, that who would also come from the moon. He basically asked his friend in NASA to basically be that head of NASA, who's of course a friend of Elon Musk. He said he had no problems with that. Elon was probably also a Republican before. Okay, so he's talking about the way that Caitlin Collins did this tweet is ridiculous. She has split it wrong. But basically, of course, Trump appointed Elon Musk's friends to head NASA. Now, Trump, I guess, realized, wait a second, this guy's kind of a hard left Democrat, which could be true, could not be true. So Trump withdrew his nomination, obviously pissed off Elon. And that could be one of the reasons why Musk and Trump had their fallout. Now, it's interesting here. Elon probably was also talking about being a Democrat. I also thought it was inappropriate. This is interesting that a very close friend of Elon who was in the space business, run NASA when NASA is such a big part of Elon's corporate life. My number one charge is to protect the American public. Okay, well, first of all, that's true. I mean, it is kind of absurd that Elon Musk would just get his friend to head NASA. But I think the idea that Trump is super concerned about the corruption aspect of this is laughable. I think it's more the fact that, oh, he's a Democrat, I don't want a Democrat running NASA. And maybe he also was fraying with Musk at this point. But it's interesting that he said this. I think we're definitely going to see Musk respond to this, I would have to imagine. I mean, calling him a train wreck, I just can't see Elon liking that again. And yeah, so nothing yet from Musk, but I'm sure that'll come soon. And I want to talk about the platform of the America Party for a second, because I think it's important to talk about. Again, the America's Party we focus on is retweeted by Elon Musk. Reduce the debt, responsible spending only. So of course that makes sense. Trump, Elon's opposition to the big beautiful bill. Okay. Two, and now we're getting a little concerning. Modernize the military with AI and robotics. What exactly does that mean? We're going to let AI control everything. Again, a little scary. It seems like it could be a party that the top tech oligarchs kind of go to. Again, as we see, pro-tech accelerate to win an AI. Again, it just concerns me. I think we're at the point now where we need to see some sort of regulation because this is getting a little scary. We're already seeing jobs being taken by AI. And of course, the oligarchs like Trump and Bezos and Zuckerberg, they want to accelerate it as quick and fast as possible. And again, there's a good argument for both sides, but you can just see the party's going to be very accelerationist in terms of their tech policies. And of course, they're not going to do anything against the tech companies. It's going to be total deregulation across the board, as you see in their policy platform. Less regulation across the board, but especially in energy. It'll let the tech oligarchs run totally rampant over the American people. And I think you're going to see wealth inequality even further increase, assuming this party was able to take some sort of power in the country. Free speech, pro-natalist, centrist policies everywhere else. Again, who knows what that even means, though? Centrist policies everywhere else. But this is the main platform. Again, seems very pro-tech. It's going to be interesting. Now, is he going to be able to take a portion of the American electorate? I think it's possible. I don't think it'll be that much, but I do think it could have an effect where if they win a couple of seats, these are important votes. Everything is so close. It could potentially have an impact. It could sway who holds control in the House of Representatives or in the Senate, for example. So it's going to be super interesting to see. But again, the main headline tonight, Trump and Musk beefing again after Musk creates the America Party. So very interesting stuff here, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Again, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It's super good for the algorithm. My Patreon link is down below if you want to support the channel that way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.